doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a minute.
I know, not since that frigid day in
Yeah,
Chicago.
it was a cold one, but honestly, after a weather like today, I'm in Chicago. It's like 97 degrees. I would take
Oh
that over
man.
the over this.
Is it like a thick, humid 97?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
True.
Midwest, baby.
It sure is. People, I actually was just in Portland this weekend, and my friend didn't realize Chicago is like super humid. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's very
Yeah.
humid. Um, but yeah, I mean, that was what almost a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it
Um,
was spring 24.
yeah, but that was great, and it's fun looking back now too because you have your album that's coming out right now, and you performed Untitled October Song then, and that was like almost a year and a half ago. It feels like so
Yeah,
long ago, but
that was the world premiere.
yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we can finally have you on the podcast and talk a little bit more basketball because honestly, when you showed up, I had no idea you were even a basketball fan. So
Oh yeah.
it's great. Um, but hey, the first thing I like to ask people when they come on is just I would just love to know what you're listening to lately.
Um, that's a good question. I feel like I haven't been listening. No, I just listened to the new Alex G album because
Oh
I was
yeah, it's fun.
yeah, it's good.
It is.
Um, that's and then there was this album really random. I gotta look it up. I hate being the person that like looks it up.
Oh, it's fine.
Um, oh man, what was this artist called? Really random artist that my friend sent me, and it was very cool. It reminded me of the books, which I'm a big
Oh,
fan
cool.
of. Um, it is called the album is called Tree of Heaven, and the artist is Shane Justice McCord.
Okay, interesting. I'll have to look it up.
16 monthly listeners, like really deep
Whoa,
cut.
that's solid. What's the vibe? You said it's like the
Um,
books.
it's kind of like the books. There's like some like orchestral stuff,
Hmm.
kind of gentle, um, into it.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. And that
Yeah.
Alex G album is, I feel like as I was listening, I'm like, man, he can really just go like anywhere. Like
He,
he jumps
yeah.
around, man.
There's that one song that like he just sings in a different voice,
Yeah.
and I was like, sure.
It's like he's
Yeah.
doing an impression or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
that's a really good one though. I feel like we're at the time of year where stuff's starting to like releases are starting to pick up and
hmm
stuff's dropping more frequently. Yeah, it's good time.
I feel
Uh,
like the indie market especially loves to
yeah.
have like a late summer, early fall release.
Totally. Yeah, the summer bops are not necessarily for us. That's
Yeah.
Charlie XTX and that's I keep seeing memes of like people are like, "Where's our summer song? We haven't gotten our summer song." And I'm like, I don't know. There's been a lot of good songs over the summer. I don't know if there's like a summer like pop song like because we got spoiled a couple of years in pop music.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, do we need a song of the summer every
yeah.
summer? Or I guess not that do we need it, but has there always been like, does every summer have a song of the summer?
Yeah, I don't think so. Because
Or do we
I
get
saw in the
really hooked
comments,
on it?
right? So someone like listed like like a bunch of years, and I'm like, I've never even heard of any of these songs. So I don't know. I'm down for more of a winter song if we're being honest.
I'm with that.
Yeah. um, I think your audio cut out a little
My
bit.
audio cut out for a
Oh,
second, but
you're
now
good
I'm
now.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I kicked
Cool.
some cable and it
Yeah.
switched my microphone, but we're
I
back.
also love that your camera's doing this follow thing.
Yeah, like what's up with that?
It's
It's a little bit unnerving because
it's
sometimes I feel like I wanna, if I'm like eating on a call
sure.
and I wanna
It,
like dip down, but then the camera just pans down and
yeah.
I'm like,
You're just hiding.
yeah.
Um, cool. Yeah, those are great recs though. On top of that, I've been doing something where every guest that comes on, I like to ask like if they want to add a song to this ongoing playlist and not knowing what's coming before. I mean, do you want to add that small artist that you found to there, or is there something else?
If I'm only gonna add one song,
Yeah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go. and find a single song by somebody else. What's a what's a song of the summer right now?
Honestly, my song of the summer is by a an artist out of New York. He's on Better Company Records with this Sanford Means
Oh yeah.
label, and it's
Who's
Sean
that?
McVeary.
Oh, word.
That album is so fun. Uh, it's got like elements of like Vampire Weekend and like Dirty Projectors and like even like the 1975. It's like poppy but like noodly. It's really fun.
That's fun. My song of the summer is
Yeah,
going to
has to be
be
one, obviously.
my song of the summer. My song of the summer is the same song every summer, which is "It Must Be Summer" by Fountains of Wayne. So I'm gonna
Oh,
put
hell yeah.
that's gonna be my contribution.
That's a good one. That's a good I'm trying to even remember what the last recommendation was. But I always love that it's no matter what it is, it's most likely just like completely opposite from the previous
Yeah.
song. Cool. That's a great pick. But the reason one of the reasons we're having you on is you have a new album coming out.
Yeah, in
It's,
a little over a month.
yeah, very excited. I've been listening to it. I've been really enjoying it.
I,
Um, and you've been teasing like singles kind of pretty consistently for a little
oh
bit.
man, yeah, lots of singles for
Yeah.
this album.
But honestly, I feel like it's like so when you release like that, is it just to keep top of mind for people, or is it like you can't decide which is the single?
It started as that. I
Yeah.
couldn't decide. And then it was like, well, maybe there's a strategy to that.
Hmm.
But then ultimately, I think it was like this album, like other albums I've done have kind of like ambient,
Hmm.
like vibey tracks and stuff. And this album has kind of none of that. It's just like each song is like a 3 minute, like big song.
Yeah.
And I kind of was afraid that like most listeners wouldn't necessarily like get through a whole album of that. Like even like as we're talking about like the Alex G album, like there's so many like
Yeah.
little like vibey songs. And this one I just like it was really structured around like albums from the early 2000s that were more built like that.
Hmm.
And I wanted to do that, but then I was worried that we just like don't consume music that way as much
I
anymore. And
know.
I wanted each song to kind of have its own little moment in the sun. Um, so yeah, we're doing like pretty much all but 3 tracks
Yeah.
as singles.
But like, I mean, it's like you mentioned though, like you're right in the sense that like I don't know if maybe most people don't consume music in full albums. I mean, I still love doing that,
Me too.
um,
And I will
but I
say that for the people that wanted the whole album, we were doing that like free CD giveaway thing.
oh yeah,
And I've just been like DMing the streaming link to like a lot of people if they weren't able to get a CD for whatever reason, I'm just like, yeah, like
sure,
take the streaming link. Like the people who want to hear the album in its entirety all at once, like I've tried to honor that.
yeah. But in you know in that sense, like it does feel like a lot of these songs could be singles. Like
Yeah.
there's lots of like different types of hooks throughout, and um, yeah, I feel like it's there's no lulls like you mentioned, you know?
Yeah. Not that the vibey tracks are lulls. They're
Yeah,
like I love vibey tracks. All the records that I make for the rest of my life will probably have hella vibey
totally.
tracks.
I
This
mean,
one, it just like,
you released two ambient albums. Like
yeah.
what what gets you like kind of like recording this album versus kind of make putting out something like that? Like where is like the kind of mind shift, I guess, when you get into that?
I think the mind shift was that I had just done like a bunch of vibey tracks and that it was
Yeah.
time to like just do like meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Um, because I just love, I could make like a million vibey tracks. It's so
Yeah.
fun for me. The moment I have to sing on a track, I'm like, is it really
Uh,
worth
does
it?
it feel like it's like, man, it's so much work I had to put in.
That is the most work. That's the like getting a good vocal take is just, I
Right.
don't know. Yeah,
When
it's
it
my
comes
least
to like
favorite part.
the ambient tracks, is like scoring a film something you wanted to do?
Definitely.
Yeah.
done a few. I got fired from doing a feature length one time.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it like just like a some New York independent filmmaker, or was it? I know you
Um,
can't. You don't want to like
I
shout.
can't. It wasn't even like that bad. It was like we were just working on it for so long, and then like we had like a good relationship, like me, the director,
Yeah.
the editor, like everyone working on it, and then like some producer was just like, who we hadn't heard from in like months and months and months, was like, I don't like this, and like just like I think like a lot of people were replaced. Like I think
Yeah.
um it wasn't just me, but it was also
Sure.
me.
Shit. Well, that day will come again.
Yeah.
uh, I also noticed, so like you have the song Achilles, and then when you were on Half Court Sessions, you played that song Basketball.
Yeah.
I feel like you drop reference to basketball and specifically that injury a little bit. I guess for people who don't know, is there more detail about like kind of the Achilles story?
Um I mean, I was hooping,
Yeah.
and it's funny because the play in this playoffs, the Damian Lillard tore his Achilles on,
Did you get triggered?
that was like exactly the kind of
Okay.
play where it's like a weirdly long rebound all of a sudden and you like lurch back forward, and he kind of like tipped it and went down.
Yeah.
Um Mine was very similar to that. Like I thought it was like gonna either go in or be a short rebound, and then it was long, so I like kind of like doubled back, and I
Hmm.
was wearing Dame shoes.
Oh no. Oh,
Curse.
that's unfortunate. I
Yeah.
feel like the what is he on Adidas? I feel like they're gonna try and bury this episode. Um,
The
yeah,
conspiracy.
for real. Like
Um,
honestly, this we'll talk more basketball in a bit, but this playoffs in particular is the season of the Achilles injury, man.
yeah, I know.
I feel like it does feel a bit conspiracy. It's kind of crazy. So like you also made the song Basketball, which that was a exclusive for the half court session. I
Hmm.
have you released that song publicly?
No, that song is on the short list for the next record.
Okay.
But it's funny because that song is written before I tore my Achilles.
Shit.
Yeah. Um,
Damn.
and that one is like I thought about it for this record,
Yeah.
but it was like too much of a vibey track. It wasn't I wanted only singles.
Sure.
Um, so it just didn't make the cut for this album. But I really like that song.
Yeah. It's nice. And now I'm wondering too, it's like if when you finally have like a recorded version, like is that gonna sound like nothing like the acoustic one you played or
It'll be similar to the acoustic one. I
okay.
think that's also why it didn't really fit on this album, is like there was only room for one little acoustic song, and it was
Hmm.
gonna be Untitled October Song. Um, so a song like Basketball, which like the reference that I've been kicking around for it is Sun King by the Beatles.
Oh,
Mhm. Like that kind of
sick.
like
Yeah.
like chill groove. Um, so uh we'll see how that one turns out.
Okay. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
cool. Um, and then something I've always been curious, as I listen to your music, and I think we even kind of touched on this with that Alex G album a little bit. Like, do you like consider your music like a type of genre? Because I do feel like you touch a lot of different types of genres.
There's definitely a genre. There's a couple genres that are just based on like uh more like I want to say fact more than vibe.
Yeah.
Like it is predominantly acoustic guitar
Uh-huh.
and banjo
Right.
and like horns a lot of the time. This new album is like gets away from those three things a little bit more than I
Mhm.
have in the past. Um and I think all of that stuff kind of puts you into this like what they call indie folk at the record
Yeah.
stores and stuff. Um but I also feel like there's a lot of other like songwriting norms that go along with indie folk that I don't think that I fall into.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people then expect indie folk songs to have like more like pastoral imagery and stuff, like the way
Yeah.
Fleet
Yeah.
Fox's records sound. or like the kinds of things that Robin sings about.
Right.
Um, and I don't really end up adhering to that, and I think that's more where like I end up being lumped into like the emo camp.
I was wondering that because
Yeah.
there is a little bit of that. Like, and I feel
Yeah.
like in the same way that like Slaughter Beach Dog is, just
Yeah.
like there's a lot of indie folk elements in his music, but
Mhm.
just because of the history of where his bands have been in the past, like and the context of lyrically,
Yeah.
it's an interesting kind of like middle ground to be in.
Yeah. And it's definitely like there's a lot of bands that I think are all kind of in that space, but
Hmm.
then I feel like they all do their equation in such a different way that
Yeah.
um they sound different enough.
I guess Pine Grove was like that a little too.
Yeah, I think Pine Grove definitely was like an one of the earlier bands to kind of like
Mhm.
bring that like banjo folk into kind of like emo rock sounding
Right.
stuff. Um, but yeah, maybe Sufjan is
Ooh, yeah.
like the OG of that because he's like hella emo, but also banjo and horns and stuff
I
like
feel
that.
like people don't call that out, but like he totally is. Like,
Yeah,
especially lyrically.
it's because he's also made so many different kinds of records.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I listened to Age of Odds recently, and that was
I'm I am one of the people who's like Age of Odds might be my favorite of all of his albums.
wow.
Because it's there's so much layering in there.
Yeah,
And like sometimes it's really one of those albums where like, if you have to listen with headphones and it just makes it sound so different
yeah.
because it's just there's so much going on and there's so much depth.
It's a great record. I think Seven Swans will
That's
always be my favorite, but I think
sure.
that's like it's the bias of that's the first one that you really like fall in love with.
Yeah. It was, and for that, it was Illinois for me. Like,
Yeah.
just being from Illinois, like, oh, you wrote a whole song, a
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
album about it. Um, yeah, Sufjan is emo for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, so yeah, you had the song Basketball. You definitely dropped some references. So clearly you are a basketball fan. Um, and you're a Lakers fan, yeah?
Yeah, which is, you know, it's funny to be like annoyed at being a Lakers fan now,
Hmm.
but I just like I'm so sick of the the current vibe of the team.
It's a weird vibe right now for sure. Did you, so were you basically a Lakers fan since birth, pretty much, like when you were a kid?
Yeah, because when I was a kid, it was the Kobe and Shaq
Yeah.
era, the Shobi and Cac.
I
Um,
mean, it was the Shobi era for sure.
yeah, it and that was amazing. Like
Yeah.
to be a kid. I have a paper plate that Kobe signed because my mom met him at the supermarket.
Oh wow.
Um, which is still in my possession and I love.
Yeah. That's
Um,
amazing.
and that was just like, and you know, that was a fun time. And then even when the Lakers like they went through all that post Shaq and like rebuilt around Kobe and like made it work, and that was like it was
Yeah.
just a fun time to be a Lakers fan. Now it's like okay, like LeBron comes to LA because that's just like the final destination of the biggest name in basketball.
Right.
And then you add Luca, and then it's just like it's getting annoying. I mean like I love Luca. I was stoked for him to be on the team, but I'm aware that it's like so fucking annoying.
There's baggage there. Yeah.
Yeah. And now there's talk of like getting Jokic to come to the Lakers too, and it's like that's gonna just be
It'd be
it's not a
insane.
team at that point.
Right. I mean, yeah, it is weird to compare this era to obviously the Kobe era because you're right. There were two separate kind of iterations where you had Kobe and Shaq, but then Kobe and Powell and like that team was like
Yeah.
so fun in a different way and a couple championships there. So,
Yeah. I watched some highlights, forgot about, you know, Sasha Vujacic.
oh yeah,
So good. But
there's
like,
some solid role players,
yeah.
some silly ass role players in
And
there
it's a
too.
little bit the way the league just like operates now of
Yeah,
just like players moving a lot more.
sure.
Which is why, like, as annoying as it is, like, I have so much respect for Golden State.
Yeah.
Like,
Did
minus the Kevin Durant era, but like
yeah, I agree.
everything else is
They built
so
that
they
team.
built that.
Yeah.
No one else is doing that.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Did you grow up in California?
Yeah, LA.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why for some reason I thought you were from New York.
Um, a lot of people think that I'm from the East Coast. I
You
think
have the
I
upstate New York energy.
yeah. My parents are from the East Coast, and I think I
Oh,
just like grew up with East Coast parents.
yeah.
But yeah, Los Angeles all the way.
Awesome. Um, so you like when LeBron won in 2020, were you just like, even though like 2020 season, weird season, like were you just
Yeah,
like not like, eh?
all of it was just all of it just felt like scripted,
Hmm.
you know?
So
Like
what do you think on, have you heard like the rumors that maybe LeBron, this might be his last season?
I kind of welcome that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really cool to see him just keep going.
for sure. Yeah.
And it's like you do want to see just how long can he keep it up? Like how long can he continue to be like a top 10 player in the league?
Yeah.
But
I think he's currently teetering on the edge of falling outside of that.
sure. And I think the moment that he falls outside of that, he's probably going to want to retire because like
Yeah.
his legacy more than anyone else, I feel like is that he will have always been good.
Yeah. I mean, if he retires this season, we will know in the next couple months because he's going to want the show, you know.
Yeah.
This he's the grand tour every
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
That'll be a spectacle. And you know, a lot of people are going to be
I
like,
feel like he's too I wonder if he's too non-committal to do that. Like he's just gonna see if he can win one more championship and then like mic drop with like a finals MVP award.
I just I think he'll hit a certain point where he'll be like he'll have to accept like and realize like I just don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like it might be past, and especially with the way that I think he was hoping maybe he can get enough people in LA to like have him there to do it one more time, but it sounds like LA is like ready for him to retire and like it's Lucas time.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I was surprised that they did as poorly as they did in the
Yeah,
playoffs last season.
definitely. But you know, you can only be 40 years old playing NBA like that for so long. So,
Yeah. But it's crazy to see. I just think like the longer he stays, like the more the team just like doesn't move on,
yeah.
which was a little bit like, you know, the Lakers at the end of the Kobe era.
Right.
They love the celebrity player
Oh
too
yeah,
much.
definitely.
And Kobe really earned it because you know he was a lifer.
Yeah.
But if you think about all the players that the Lakers let walk in that era, like that
Right.
team would have been good.
That's true. Yeah.
Lonzo, Julius Randle,
That whole squad, yeah. I mean, yeah, Lonzo, Randall, Clarkson, God, who else? I feel like I'm missing someone. Oh,
Kuzma,
Brandon Ingram. Yeah.
and Ingram, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's a good team.
Yeah. And they've all, you know, had their obviously their issues since, but if, you know, if it worked out and, you
And you
know,
like develop them as like a
right,
core together, like that's like a real team.
for sure. That would have been an interesting squad.
Yeah.
But, you know, instead you got Anthony Davis for a couple of years and now you got Luca.
Now Luca. It
So do you
feels
think
like or you
no,
know
go
those
ahead.
memes you know those memes with like the guy who like trades like a paperclip all the way up to a house?
Like, that was like, yeah, Dwight in the office. Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I guess yeah, the value is there. I don't know how they got that trade off. I think Dallas is still everyone in Dallas is still so pissed about it.
There's still but there's so much talk like yeah, like LeBron goes to Dallas and then it's
That would be it's sometimes people put out trade offers like on the internet just to like mess with people. I feel like
yeah.
it's
But
not
we'll see how
complete
Cooper Flag
nonsensical.
does because that could really be
Yeah.
something.
So with I mean if the next kind of generation of the Lakers is around Luca, are you on board?
Yeah, I think Luke is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I love the pregame beer, halftime beer. Uh,
Well, they're not going to take it out of his hand like Michael Finley would do in Dallas. Hilarious. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, LA is you know, it's a, I wouldn't say it's a party city, but kind of. Yeah, no, it's a big city.
Yeah, you know. And I think I wonder. I mean, I wonder what Luca thought of Dallas.
Yeah.
I feel
I,
like the Shire players go to like San Antonio and
yeah.
Milwaukee, places like that, and like the players that got a little more like
Hmm.
spice to them wanted to
Sure.
play Miami and LA and weirdly Phoenix, even though I don't understand that one.
Yeah. Maybe like Scottsdale's got a good golf scene.
Yeah, or it's just like it's hot, so you don't have to like be in the
Yeah.
winter, but it's an indoor sport.
Yeah, definitely. Um, is there a non-Lakers team that you kind of really enjoy following,
Um, I
or
fuck
or players?
I fuck with the Knicks as an
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah.
Like
No,
that's
a lot of people don't say that as an
well, I
organization.
guess not as an organization, but as a team,
Yeah, yeah.
as like a history. Because like I think the current team is like fine.
Hmm.
I like Jalen Brunson and Kat and
Totally.
everybody. Um, you know, but like, the colors playing in MSG, like being the
Hmm.
Knickerbockers is such a
Yeah.
wild team name.
The
And I always
70s Knicks vibe is so fun.
yeah, and I always wanted them to be better. Like
Yeah.
it would have been I remember there was some talk before LeBron went to Miami that he might go to New York and like Kobe was still in LA and that would have been so sick.
Totally. Totally. Absolutely.
Um so I was definitely pulling for the Knicks after the Lakers were out.
Yeah. I
Um
think I think the country does kind of want like a Knicks Lakers kind of big matchup again because they've been getting a lot of Celtics Sixers lately, which is another
yeah,
big one, but I think we need that coast to coast, you know?
we need the coast and it's like it's so glaring that New
Yeah.
York would not have a good basketball team.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of a fun punishment.
It's like in, baseball they have the Mets who have just been suffering forever, but
Yeah.
they have also have the Yankees, so
Yeah. And they have like,
um
the Giants and the Jets doing the same
sure.
vibe. And just for basketball, they seem to both suck. Like the Knicks, what, haven't been to a final since like 99?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, and Brooklyn has been since New Jersey.
Yeah.
So I think there's also a little weird. There's forever going to be this weird tension about Brooklyn and New Jersey Nets, and not everyone has adopted Brooklyn as their team.
Yeah. And I'm about to move to Brooklyn next year and
Oh shit!
I want to become a Nets fan.
Yeah.
But one of the most vibeless teams,
Uh-huh.
like black and gray jerseys, and like
It's
no
like trying
no
to be
fun
like minimal
heart.
graphic design. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I uh I lived in New York for 4 years, and I lived in Park Slope, Brooklyn, and like I was like walking
Yeah,
distance
so
to.
close to Barclays.
And I went to I went to one game, and I was like, well, I live so close, might as well go. And it's like it is kind of strange. Even the arena's kind of strange.
Yeah.
It's like you walk into this like orb of an arena, and it's what's interesting about it that I always found so weird is it's like you walk in ground level and then it's sunken. It's like you walk
Oh.
in, like the main level is like the mezzanine level, but the court is
Oh.
below. And that
Interesting.
really was
That threw you for a loop. I
yeah, it
mean,
definitely
New
threw me off.
York, it's hella subterranean.
Yeah, I mean that's where you got to build. I mean, I guess
Um,
that's what it is, but
maybe they'll have like a turnaround.
yeah,
Uh, you know,
they
maybe
need a new
Zoran will
young
rejuvenate the
superstar. Yeah,
city, and then
yeah, definitely.
and then more players will want to come play.
Right. Um, I'm curious. Growing up, like, you played basketball a lot.
Yes and no. So like as a kid, I was obsessed.
Yeah,
Like every day before school, I would be like shooting hoops. We had like
awesome.
a hoop in the driveway, and
Hmm.
then I would ride my bike to school, and then there'd be like a hoop there, and then I'd shoot. And I was insatiable. I used to go to like UCLA basketball camp,
Oh, cool.
um, which was fun because they'd have like the UCLA players kind of like working out there too.
Hmm.
Um, but then, so then I went to this like I don't know. I don't want to talk too much shit about my high school. My high school was like really intense.
Okay.
And you basically just had to pick one thing and you kind of had to already be good at it.
Oh, interesting.
So like if you wanted to be in jazz band, you couldn't also be on a sports team. And if you wanted to be on a
Yeah.
sports, you couldn't also be on another sports team or something like that. Um, and I'm 5'8". So I was like, but and the thing is I had been 5'8" since I was like 11.
Yeah.
So I went from being like a lit 11-year-old to being like a kind of mid 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Um, and I chose music over basketball, and then I just like stopped playing for a really long time.
Hmm.
Um, and I came back to it like briefly in college playing some like intramural stuff, but then not really until like a couple years ago. Um, there are like a bunch of different runs in LA of like all musicians.
I've heard about this. I've had
Yeah.
on Nick Thorburn from Islands, and he says he plays
Mhm.
in some of those too.
And it's funny because you think you know all of them, and then there are more.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like four that I know of, but then I'll talk to someone who's a musician and like I'm like, "Oh, do you play at this park?" And they're like, "No, I
Mhm.
play at this park." It's like, "Oh, I didn't even know about that run."
That's crazy.
And there's so many. But yeah, and I was going a lot to the the run that I was in would play on this outdoor court at Occidental College.
Hmm.
And the hack was that it was under like a sycamore tree and there'd be leaves everywhere, so no one would ever be there until one person just bought a leaf blower,
Oh
and
wow.
then we could just have the court whenever we wanted because
Yeah, yeah.
nobody else could do it.
I need to have something like that for half court sessions. I need to find a good court and just camp
Yeah,
out for a good one.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But then I've like gone and shot around a couple times since I tore my Achilles,
Yeah.
but like I don't understand how pro athletes do it. Like the amount of body trauma that I have is
Yeah.
insane because it was so easy to tear my Achilles. Like I was playing totally fine and like there was no warning shot, there was nothing. I just
Sure.
went down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm thinking back to like Tyrese Halliburton in his playoffs, and it's like
Yeah.
he was having
He had a calf
calf
in.
soreness. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like you had nothing
I
that
had
would tell.
nothing.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's so crazy. I just out of nowhere.
Yeah. So like I really live in fear of that now.
Yeah. I think a lot of, especially if you're not like a pro athlete, like, did you have to do like physical therapy or anything?
Oh yeah, I had
Yeah.
surgery, and then I was like totally immobilized for like a month,
Hmm.
and then I was like sort of crutches, and then I was in physical therapy for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And now I go to yoga like every day,
Oh, nice.
and that helps. I've gone
Yeah.
running and stuff. I'm like fully back, but it's still in my head that like
Yeah. Yeah.
shit could
My
go.
my brother's a junior high basketball coach. He's a teacher and a basketball coach,
Hmm.
and they do this teachers versus kids game. And he tore his ACL, and
Damn.
then like it made him like drive his leg into the ground. And like cracked his kneecap. Like it was just like everything in one leg. And ever since he's like, I don't know if I can ever play sports ever again.
Yeah, it's just like, oof,
It's a
that sucks.
lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot. Yeah. But when you were out by me, like you were dribbling around a little bit. You were obviously not
yeah,
pushing it, but
yeah. That was like the 1 year mark of my
yeah,
injury, and it's like, I never had hops, but now it's even like more pitiful.
yeah. I could tell you had some handles though. You had a little bit of
Yeah,
handles.
you're gonna be my height.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Um, shit. Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully someday you can get back on the court. Maybe if I ever do that I've talked about before, if I ever do a musicians tournament, man, maybe we can get you a
Yeah.
quick
I'll I'll
game.
I'll come out for that. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
just get like I'll wear a brace or something.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So the last thing I like to do is interactive part a little bit, and it's a
Hmm.
game called Build a Band.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd love to hear your take on making a band completely out of NBA players. Give them instruments and what's the sound, what's the vibe?
Um, current players?
It could be any. Like I've had people do mixing eras and yeah.
Word. Okay. I feel like the vibe is kind of like the sound is going to be kind of like Rage Against the Machine, which isn't even a
Hmm.
band that I listen to that much, but I just feel like that's the most like encompassing musical style band I can think of.
Sure. There's like like a general like intensity that like NBA players bring that feels like Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. And like even a little bit harder, like leaning into like Death Grips.
Oh,
I feel like
sweet.
I have to
Okay.
start with the vibe.
Yeah, and then you
Um,
can back it in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because then I have this weird like in my brain like Russell Westbrook and Flea are such similar like kinds of energies.
Uh-huh.
So Russ is on bass for sure. Um, I feel like maybe just because he's German, but like Dirk on guitar is kind of like a German black metal vibe where
Totally.
he's just like gonna shred.
I feel like
Uh,
he's getting his like guitar tone like very angular and
yeah,
like you're gonna get some of those dissonant chords that stick out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, you know, oh God. I don't even know if we'll have keys. If we do need keys, it'll be Tim Duncan. He just has like
Oh
kind of
yeah,
like
totally.
he's got keys player energy.
Yeah. He's gonna wear his jorts
Quiet.
and
Yeah, he's like gonna sit in the back with his really long, just kind of.
that's definitely a
um,
Tim Duncan vibe.
yeah. Minus rest, I feel like I'm gonna do all like bigs. Um, maybe. Jokic feels like a drummer to me
Hmm.
in that like he'd be the one who's got like the most to schlep to the show and
Yeah.
is also therefore the one who like complains the most like
Right.
like are we really going to do this show? How worth it is this show versus the
It's like, yeah, do I need to bring these up the stairs? And yeah.
Yeah. Do I really need all my symbols? Like can I just play like is there a backline kit?
Right. Totally.
um
He's gonna eventually just gonna be like, screw it. I'm just gonna play on like a drum machine.
exactly. And then vocalist. Vocalist is the hardest one.
It is.
Um, maybe like Ant.
I thought about Ant too. There's a definitely because
He's
even
got
when he said Rust, like there is a little bit of that in Rust too. But
yeah. Or no, I want Jimmy Butler, but I want like specifically like emo hair Jimmy Butler.
okay, yeah,
Yeah. He's got because Ant also has kind of like frontman swagger, but Jimmy's got that plus like theatrics.
he does. Jimmy
Um,
is also the kind of guy who's like, you might not show up to the gig.
yeah, yeah, he's the wild card.
He'll make you wait a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely not showing up to sound check.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ant is like gonna give it all. He's gonna like jump into the crowd, but I feel like the theatrics, especially if you're doing a death grips,
Yeah, if it's more Rage Against the Machine, then it's Ant because then he's
yeah,
just like energy. But you know, Death Grips is going to be a little bit more wild, and I think
yeah.
that's where Jimmy Butler comes in.
There you go. You might have
Yeah,
to think twice if you're booking this band at a festival. Amazing.
yeah,
Uh, yeah. Any I guess additional instruments outside of that. I guess if it's like a Death Grips band, synth would be cover it, unless you had like specifically
yeah.
a drum machine person or something like
Someone
that.
on someone on like turntables,
Yeah,
like
that's tough.
the turntables one is funny
Yeah.
because I almost want like some like nerdy looking guy who's just gonna like have like a really dope record collection.
The funny thing, the first thing when I hear nerdy NBA player is I think of, well, Miles Turner is super nerdy. He's
Hmm.
got the
He's got
Legos
all
and
the
all that.
Lego, yeah.
But I always think of do you remember Poku? He was super
Yes,
tall dude
yes,
on the
on
Thunder.
OKC, yeah.
Yeah. He's like super lanky, shows up to press conference with these like big glasses, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man,
Okay,
this guy.
he's all right. If Tim Duncan is keys, then Poku is synth, and he's got like the wall of like modular synths. But then
Amazing.
actually, like the vinyl DJ guy is Jason Williams because he's got like
Oh,
Beastie Boys
sick. Yeah,
energy.
yeah. Man, now this is a stack lineup. This is
Yeah,
good.
it's a huge band.
Yeah, love it. That's perfect. That's
Yeah,
quite the sound for sure.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all I got. I mean, I'm super stoked for this record to come out. What is the date again?
August 29th,
August 29th.
same day as
Um,
the Sabrina Carpenter album.
I mean,
You know,
it's an
we'll live.
easy choice, I
We'll live.
think.
Yeah, I'll be
Uh,
listening to hers.
and you're going on tour as well, right?
Yeah. We start. I have a couple shows in the UK that are just like solo acoustic things in August, and then
Hmm.
US tour with the full band starts September 12th in
Cool.
Boston, and then towards the end we'll be in Chicago.
Yeah, I think you're in
October.
Chicago like maybe like 2 days before I leave for Best Friends Forever in Vegas. But
Wow.
yeah, I should be there. Um, it's gonna be a blast. Um,
Hope so. Chicago's always one of my
yeah, dude.
favorite.
You
Yeah.
you're playing Subterranean?
Yeah.
Cool.
You ever been there?
Um, yeah, it's a nice small venue. There's like a
Cool.
little like kind of like upstairs balcony where you can look down to and
Nice.
uh
I like the small venues with the upstairs.
yeah. I think you played Lincoln Hall a couple times.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one's a slightly bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, I Subterranean's a really nice small one.
Cool.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And we'll keep an eye on the record. But thanks again for joining and talking hoops.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me.